Hi, my name is Zoe Lawrence, and this is my capstone project. My capstone was to create a 3D model completely from scratch that can interact in a 3D environment and end up with a little short animation by the end of the time I was done in a program called Blender, which I had never ever touched before. In the footage you're about to see, it is a process of what I have done. You will first see me do modeling and then sculpting, and then I will be attaching the rig, which will make the character move, and then you'll see the end of my process. There will be a short clip of what I actually did achieve for my capstone at the end, what I was able to do in these past couple months. The start to my capstone all started in drawings, concept art, stuff like that, to really get the ball moving with what I really wanted to get out of this capstone. I knew I wanted to create a character in some sort of environment, walking around or just interacting with it in some way, shape, or form. Having no clue how long the animation time length would be, I really just wanted to get a simple idea of what I were to expect from myself with this kind of thing. After fiddling around with a bunch of different shapes and trying to do a bit of silhouette, I realized I needed to dumb down what I originally planned to do, a human character model, just so I was able to fit within my time constraint. I later finalized my character and gave it a color palette that I thought would be suitable enough for a 3D environment, along with its bedroom. So to start off is the process of modeling. Modeling is incredibly important. It just features all of your basic shapes to really get the shape of the model you want to create of anything. It could be a room, it could be a person, it could be literally anything. Right here is footage of me creating a model from scratch just to show this process of modifying basic circles just to get what I want for a basic little model. Moving on to sculpting. Sculpting was the absolute most time-consuming part of this entire process. Sculpting takes a lot of work and a lot of effort and definitely took a huge learning curve compared to any other part of this. While sculpting this model, I have had a lot of experiences having to start over and over and over again, so it was a lot easier this time around. So I finally got it down with smoothing, grabbing, filling in basic shapes, or filling in what I want. Now comes rigging. Rigging is most definitely not the most time consuming, but definitely the most difficult to understand. What a rig is it is something that makes your 3D model move. It is considered like the bones of a character. It is definitely something that is absolutely required in any sort of animation type, especially with character models. Now, moving on to the coloring. The coloring process was absolutely the simplest process of this entire thing. Takes like 3 clicks and you're done. Coloring in a 3D modeling program is quite simple, depending on how complex you get. See, I used a very simple, just use the base color on this model, just to show you guys how I did it in my final animation. What I've learned throughout this entire capstone is definitely not to overestimate my capabilities in a program I've never ever touched in my entire life. So that's my capstone process.